Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming through. Yes, there we go. A little bit of life. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. On this wonderful, look at this balmy weather that we've got at the moment. Just mad. We've got a friend of ours out from overseas. He left in 2 degrees Celsius and arrived in the rain here. I just feel like we're letting him down. You know, if you're going to come all the way from the north to the south, you want the sun, and there's no sun until Saturday. I don't know what we're doing here. But nonetheless, we'll bring some sunshine here this evening with DuePoint. I see a couple of faces that were with us at our Converge conference on Saturday night. That was flippin' awesome. We had such a great time with it. And I'm excited about what we see happening as a result of it. And I'm glad that some of you were there, and I hope that the rest of you are there with us next year. If you were bitter, and I heard there were some bitter people because they couldn't make it, well, next year get yourself to rank 4 in 2019, and you can join us at the conference in 2020. It's all about ranking up, and if you can get there, you can join us. So, to understand what I'm talking about, let's get into it. DuePoint is a division of Constantia Insurance Company Limited. We're a listed and licensed life and short-term insurance company, and we've been around since 1952. So this is not a new business. It is not something that's come from overseas. It's a homegrown South African business that's been in the financial services sector of South Africa for the last 7 decades. So if you're worried about this thing being something that comes and goes, can I give you some assurance that if we've been around for 70 years, we should at least last another 7. You know, so that's, you know, what can I say? We are definitely here to stay. What do we do here? Well, about 4 years ago now, in about 2015, we sat down to solve 2 problems we were facing as a business and as a country, as it turned out. As a business, we sat down and we said our forms of distribution are failing us. What are distribution? It's how we sell our products. In the past, we sold products through certain lines of distribution. Advertising was one of them. You see TV adverts, radio adverts, billboard adverts, etc., etc. Brokers run around and sell to their friends. Call centers, cold calling, etc. We saw a diminishing return on these lines of distribution. Now, the reason for that was twofold. Firstly, South Africans were no longer responding to that form of distribution. People don't want to buy. I mean, I don't even watch TV adverts anymore myself. Even if they're on, I just leave the room. We've got past them. We now buy in a different generation, in a different time, much more electronically, online, person to person, that sort of thing. The second thing, of course, was we were seeing our economy drying up. And some people think that I kind of, you know, do this as some kind of marketing spiel. I heard one of the guys said, he had a guest here the other night, said, that's all doom and gloom. Yeah, it is all doom and gloom right now, ladies and gentlemen. There is nothing exciting to talk about anywhere in the world. We are in trouble, but particularly in South Africa as individuals, never mind as a country, as individuals in South Africa today, our options have dried up. You can come and argue with me afterwards, and they are gone. You have 2 left. These are your 2 options. You leave the country, or you start creating your own form of income. Those are your only 2 options you have. Employment is something that is drying up completely in South Africa, as it has dried up through the rest of Africa largely. We are every year losing opportunity in careers and jobs for South Africans. They reckon around about 575,000 South Africans have become employed in 2019. Why? Because 350,000 of them were matriculants that moved into the economy but won't find jobs, and the others were just those that shrunk in our recessive economy in 2018. Ladies and gentlemen, we do not have options, and yes, unfortunately, it is doom and gloom. Now, as a company trying to make a profit, when your citizens don't have money, you can't sell. And so we had to solve a couple of problems. 1, we needed to come up with something more dynamic in distribution of products. And 2, we had to create income for South Africans in order to put them in a position where they could start buying products again. And we developed a system that we think takes into account our very nature. In South Africa, we call it social entrepreneurship, our ability to pull together as communities and to work for ourselves in creating income. And we designed a system we call the DuePoint System. The DuePoint System allows you as an individual in South Africa to contract with us as a wealth engineer. As a wealth engineer, we give you one task. It's not selling, it's not advertising, it's not advising, it's not the distribution of our products in any way, shape, or form. Now, this is quite a big mindset shift for most South Africans. Most South Africans will go through this entire presentation with me, and afterwards will come and talk about how they want to sell my products. No, ladies and gentlemen, we don't want you selling products, because People don't want that anymore. We don't want to run around carrying buckets of things and creams and, and all of these milkshakes and, I don't know, toiletries and also. We don't want to do that anymore. We want to be free of that, and we have freed you in the system of that completely. We give you one task. We simply want you to connect the rest of South Africa to us using our technology. Our technology means you get to do this task without ever having to return to this office. You have us with you 24 hours a day anywhere in the country, and your task is to get out there and connect South Africans to us. As you do that, you create a new form of distribution for us, into which we as DuePoint can come along and distribute our products and create revenue. And it's from that revenue that we're able to create a recurring extra income for you. We call it wealth here. We call it wealth because it is not cash from sales. You guys have all been involved in it. You sell something and you get once-off cash. That is no good. Once-off cash does not change circumstances, it does not change lives, and it certainly does not build control over your finances for you. Here at DuePoint, we create recurring income. That's income that's there every month, no matter what you are doing, whether you are working or not, whether you are here or away, sick or healthy, the income comes in. How do we do it? Well, we're a financial services company. All of our products run on debit orders, and it means that those debit orders run automatically every day of the year without you having to run back to your friends to beg them to buy again. And you've all been there. If you've been selling something before, every month you go back and you beg your friends to buy again. Here, that does not happen. Our system simply raises the debit orders, and every month your income comes in. It's reliable, it's recurring, it is stable and steadfast. It is wealth that we create here. We then created the system to take into account the circumstances of South Africans. If you're a guest here this evening, it's very likely you told the person who brought you here this evening, look, I don't have time for this. Well done. That is part of the test to be a South African citizen. Do you have time? No. Congratulations. You are a South African citizen. Folks, we know you don't have time because we're South Africans too. We're all working 60, 80, 100-hour weeks on something that's making us poorer. Am I right? Anyone here getting richer off of what they're doing? No. At very best, it's keeping you stable, and that would put you in basically the top 10% of the country. For the other 90%, and guys, this is the truth, you get poorer every year. None of you had an increase last year big enough to cover inflation, which means that you are poorer. We know this as well. The economists are talking about it in the papers. The economists at the end of last year said that South Africans' take-home pay is the lowest it's been in 20 years. So even though you might have earned 1,000 Rand 20 years ago and 10,000 Rand now, the 10,000 Rand now is worth less than the 1,000 Rand did 20 years ago. We are poorer, and we are getting poorer. But in the DuePoint system, we have created a system that can leverage others in the creation of your wealth. So if you are busy, it's fine. The system allows you to buy your time back through others. We call it the construction of channels or teams, and those teams, through our technology and because of the products that we have here, are able to create wealth 24 hours a day for you, even as you sleep. We give you access to our system and this tool at no cost. There's no startup cost, no starter fee, no monthly admin fee, application form fee. You've got to buy a minimum amount of products, blah, blah, blah. All of that doesn't exist. By simply being a single product owner at DuePoint, you are automatically a wealth engineer and have free access to our entire system. So tonight is not a financial risk decision for any one of you. You're not going to be parting with money to become a wealth engineer. Instead, it is a decision that everybody can make, and it's a decision about, am I willing to step out of what I've been indoctrinated to believe in, which is I need a job, and go, let me pick up a tool and take independent control of my own finances going forward. That's the decision we'll be making tonight. You're not selling, you're not brokers, you're not agents, you're not representatives, you're not advising, you're not marketing, you're not advertising. And as a result, you're left with one task: simply connect South Africans to us. You don't need any education to do that. You don't need any experience to do that. You simply connect people to us. And by doing that, every single South African can properly make for themselves an asset. What is an asset? An asset is something you can create income out of. It is a generator of wealth. That is what you create with us here at DuePoint with our channels of income that we create. In addition, you can sell it, which is what you can do at DuePoint. And ultimately, your asset, your channel of income, will be transferred to your children when you pass away one day, and they will earn from the income that you created during your lifetime. In South Africa today, we don't leave anything for our children, do we? Because if we're getting poorer every year, how are we supposed to leave something behind for our children? Well, we're a multi-generational company, 68 years in trade. And that means we get to think about what happens with the next generation after this one. And so we have created an asset and a tool and a system that is intergenerational. And your family, perhaps for the first time, has the ability to create an intergenerational asset with us. And we build the system for you at the absolute highest levels of convenience. We know everybody's very embarrassed. Can I tell you something funny? My mother was at our conference on Saturday evening. And she's been to 3 of our conferences and our launch and all my things in between. She said to me on Saturday night, finally, I believe that this business can work. Now, you know why she said that? Because in all the years before, she said, no, but I can't talk to my friends about wealth growth. Our ego is so big, we fall over it to the expense of ourselves. To the expense of ourselves. Only we are harmed by the fact that we have an ego that prevents us from talking to other people. Ladies and gentlemen, in our system, we're not going to make you do anything embarrassing. You're never going to have to present. You're never going to have to sell. You're never going to have to carry around substandard, cheap overseas products that nobody knows where the source of, etc., etc. You're never going to have to talk about a business that you can't point to. You can point to DuePoint. There is their office. There is their head office. Here is their executive team. Here is their management team. You can come talk to us. We have a client service team, etc., etc., etc. You are not left with embarrassing things. In fact, you are left with absolute confidence, because in our system, you will have the best of everything in the country, possibly in the world, to facilitate the connection of individuals to us and create a wealth you can be proud of at DuePoint. As you connect individuals to us, some of them are going to catch the vision, as maybe you will this evening, and become wealth engineers. And when they do, we allocate them to you. And this channel of distribution that you are forming for us begins. These folk will go out. They will connect individuals as well through our technology. And as they become wealth engineers, again, we will allocate them to you. And this process will repeat itself over and over as your channel of distribution expands across the country. We then, as DuePoint, come along and facilitate the purchase of our products throughout this channel. And without having to do anything embarrassing, your wealth is born. Your income commences. We distribute that income to you in 2 ways. The first way is through our returns program. Our returns program pays you £27.50 for every product payment in your channel every month that it is made, multiplied by a factor of where in your channel the payment occurred. Sounds complicated? It isn't. You go out, you're going to connect a few people to us. These individuals will pay for their products, and you will get £27.50 multiplied by 200%. That's £55. 55 Rand not once, but every time that product is paid for going forward. You will do a single connection to DuePoint. You will never talk to that person again if you don't want to, and you will have created a monthly income of 55 Rand per product. So people say to me, 55 Rand, it's so little, da, da, da. You don't appreciate the power of what we have created here. When you are selling something, you get cash once. You sell a property, you get cash once. You are not going to be able to get the guy to pay for that property twice. If you are buying a pot, you only get to sell it once to that individual. You can't sell the same pot to them again. Here, you connect them, and every month that payment is made, you get 55 Rand. Now, if they take 2 products, you get 110 Rand. 3 products, 165 Rand. 4 products, 220 Rand, and so on and so on. You have the ability to create a growing, recurring stream of income through a single connection to us. These individuals are going to go out, and they're going to connect a few people to us. When they do and they pay for their products, again, you're going to get 27 Rand 50 multiplied by 200%, 55 Rand. In this particular example, you have connected a handful of people to us who have connected a handful of people, and you're earning 1,000 Rand a month. It's 12,000 Rand a year. You haven't really done much. Look at it. How much effort have you put in? But you have created for yourself a recurring, reliable, stable, and potentially permanent income of 1,000 Rand a month. Now, again, looking at some of your faces, I know you have seen the WhatsApp pictures and the Facebook pages where they said, give me 5,000 Rand and in 90 days I'll have you on 100,000 Rand a month, etc., etc. 400% return. Folks, those don't exist because we would know people that had got extremely rich extremely quickly if it were true. Those are great places to lose your money in. Here at DuePoint, we do a terrible thing. It actually stymies our growth, and that is we tell the truth. And the truth is, ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't matter how badly you want it. There is no such thing as a get-rich-quick scheme. No such thing. Do not think any promise given by anyone, even your closest friend, is going to make you rich overnight. No. We at DuePoint are in the business of permanent, life-changing wealth. And that requires time and effort. A little bit of time, and you're on 12,000 Rand a year. A little more time, and you continue to earn throughout your channel. At a diminishing rate down to the 8th point, but it does not stop at the 8th point. From the 8th point on, you have unlimited potential to grow any wealth of any size you want. It'll just come down to how much time and effort you put in. From the 8th point on, you will always get 4% of 27.50 Rand for every product payment anywhere in your channel, no matter how big it is, as long as you qualify to earn. Learning how to qualify to earn is as simple as watching a 2-minute, 57-second video on our YouTube channel. It is the simplest system in the world that unlocks unlimited potential for you and intergenerational wealth for your family. So how much can you earn in our system? 55 Rand you think is too little? Well, let's look at how that compounds. We know, because we've been around a long time now, how to calculate wealth here. It all depends on, as I said, your time and effort. So we use a very simple growth rate formula in this particular example. We call it 3 plus 2. We believe it fits into everybody's lifestyle, especially busy South Africans. It says in your first month with us, you are responsible for connecting 3 people to us. That's it. Just 3 people. Not 30. Not 30 a week. I've seen all of these in all the presentations. Just 3 people in your first month. And then thereafter, every month thereafter, you're responsible for connecting just 2 people to us every month. Now, if you do this, and you do it without stopping, what are the things that are going to stop you this evening from connecting people to us? You're going to be like your mother, like my mother? No, this doesn't work. I can't talk to people. Is that going to stop you? Is it going to stop you when people don't pay? Is it going to stop you when people lapse or cancel? Or is it going to stop you when people laugh at you? What's going to stop you? You see, we have this interesting saying here. Jane, our office manager, came up with it. It's called self-selection. People self-select themselves out because there's nothing else to stop you. We didn't ask you to connect people that take products, that stay paying, that don't lapse, that don't cancel, that don't laugh at you. We just said, keep connecting. Keep connecting, keep connecting. If you can do that one task of every month finding 2 people and connecting them to your first point, and you do that over time without quitting because someone laughed at you or told you this doesn't work, then after 6 months, we can tell you that you can reasonably expect to be on about 2,500 Rand a month. That's 30,000 Rand a year. You have not done anything special. You've only been connecting 2 people, remember, because you're very busy. I mean, that's what you told the person, remember, tonight. You said, I'm too busy for this, okay? We don't understand. So you're too busy. You can only do 2 people a month. That means that after 6 months, you have created 30,000 Rand a year worth of income into your household. If you want to earn more, just connect more people. It's really that simple. But now, what if you do it for a year? Say you push through to this time next year. 12 months down, we think that you can reasonably expect to be on about about 9 to 10,000 Rand a month. So that's a 10,000 Rand raise in the next 12 months. How many of you are going to get a 10,000 Rand raise at the end of this year? I still get people accusing me of doing a marketing pitch here. This isn't a marketing pitch, ladies and gentlemen. This is a talk. You can call it a TED Talk. It's a TED Talk about facts. Here are the facts. You're not going to get a 10,000 Rand raise at the end of this year. Why? Because we're in recession. And we're in trouble. How many people will get a 10,000 Rand raise at the end of this year? Well, you can make a 10,000 Rand raise for yourself over the course of 12 months by connecting 2 people a month to us without giving up, without worrying about what they believe or what they say, but constantly connecting 2 a month of the 55 million South Africans in our country to us. I say that to a lot of our wealth engineers. They go, Brendan, I've already spoken to 30 people. I've spoken to, nobody's doing anything. I've said, congratulations. That's 40 out of 55 million tries you get. Keep going. Everybody in this country gets 55 million tries at this job, okay, at this task. Can you do it for 2 years? If you do it for 2 years, then we can say that you can reasonably expect that 10,000 to become 27 to 30,000 Rand a month. You haven't changed anything. You're just connecting 2 people a month. That stays constant throughout this. But you're 2 years in, and you're now part of the top third of earners in the country on 30,000 Rand a month. This is not made up stuff. This is years, decades of data that we're able to produce these numbers on. If you can do it for 3 years, it rises to about 40 to 45,000 Rand a month. If you can do it for 4 years, you will rise to about 60,000 Rand a month. And if you can do it for 5 years, connecting 2 people a month, every month, without skipping a month, then after 5 years, not 5 weeks, not 5 months, not the first 50 people you speak to, connecting 2 people every month for 60 months, then you can reasonably expect to be on about 80 to 100,000 Rand a month. That's R1 million a year. And you are in the top 0.5% of earners in the country. Now, the WhatsApps and Facebooks fool you into believing you'll be on that in 90 days. But it's not possible. But here at DuePoint it is. At DuePoint we've already proven it. We've had tens of thousands of individuals through our business and thousands earning permanent income off of the DuePoint system. Every month we put just a small sample, 2 to 3 people on the stage from around the country who are in the process of earning and creating wealth with us. This last month we had Paul. He's in the audience with us, in and on the stage with us. Yes, there we go. Yes, he was also at the conference with us. And Paul's been with us for about 7 months now, although the first month he was overseas, so we counted as 6. 6 months of building wealth with us, and look, what did I say after 6 months? Interesting how accurate our business has suddenly become. You know, when you've got about 500 accountants and actuaries in your business, you can get the maths right at least. I mean, you don't get everything right, but you get at least the maths right. All right. Then we had Norma. Norma's been with us for a lot longer, but she's been consumed by a full-time job. She works for one of the major insurers in Africa today, working crazy hours. And she tells the story about how, at the end of last year, she had to fight tooth and nail for a 5,000 Rand raise in 2019. Tooth and nail. Competition. And she said, what on earth am I doing? Let me just pick up this tool I got in my hand and start making that raise for myself. And she's 3,500 Rand in already. 3,500 Rand, not once, not when she sold the pot, every month going forward as she builds her wealth with us here. Months, not years, months, weeks, and days to create a change in your circumstances that's not fleeting, not foreign, but local and permanent. You can go and look on our YouTube channel at all the testimonies. All the testimonies. We must have over 100 of them on our YouTube channel now, of individuals of all walks of life, of all degrees, of all titles, and of all levels of busyness. Building wealth. Some a couple hundred Rand a month, some 10, 15,000, some 80, 100, 120, 170,000 plus. We have them all in our business. Look here, 2016. 2016, that number. What does that look like in 2019? You've got to start asking yourself, no, I'm too busy with my dead-end job. I'll put the dead-end in because I think you might have forgotten it. For the average South African, and I'm talking seriously, guys, for 99.9% of us, it's a dead-end job. There is a ceiling, and it is in place, and you are going nowhere. You will run that hamster wheel until you fall off, and then they'll find someone else to replace you. This is something we don't like talking about. We laugh about it. We poo-poo it. But we're not living in America. We're not living in Australia. We're living in South Africa, which means it's time for us to take control of our income, because others are not going to get you there. It's time for us. The second way we start to change your life at DuePoint is through our XP Rewards training program. Our XP Rewards training program is designed to do 2 things. Firstly, to educate you. We're going to teach you how to become a successful social entrepreneur and a successful wealth engineer in our system. Secondly, we're going to start changing the circumstances of your life. Through the program, as you engage with it, and guys, you have to engage with it. If you ignore it, it doesn't do anything for you. If you get stuck in with it and you do the training and you get on top of it, then as you do, we reward you with what we call XP points, experience points. They're an accumulation and a maturity of experience here at DuePoint. As you gain experience and your channel grows, we rank you up and we reward you with a little bit of cash along the way. This cash gets quite serious a little bit later on. And then we start to equip you. At around rank 5, we give you an imported lightning memory stick from the USA. It comes jam-packed with everything you need to connect individuals to us here, whether you're online or offline, and it connects into every single electronic device in South Africa. At rank 7, we give you a custom-made, imported, gold-gilded set of business cards. Not gold-printed, gold-gilded. Who was it? One of our rank 9 said to me the other day, he handed out his gold card, and the moment the guy got a hold of the gold card, he started trying to scratch the gold off the side of the card. Okay, because that's how desperate we have got in South Africa, that we scratch the gold leaf off the side of business cards. These are the finest set of business cards in the country, and you own them at rank 7. They are yours to connect South Africans to us. And then at rank 9, as long as you maintain your channel size with us at rank 9, every year that you do for the rest of your life, we take you and your family away on a 1-week trip, 5-star business class, all expenses paid. No T's and C's. All expenses paid. How long does it take to get to rank 9? Well, It's not going to take 90 days, although maybe it will. Donnie, we might find somebody who hits it in 90 days. I'd love to see it. Our record's 5 months to get to rank 9. What rank are you guys on right now? 0. Okay, so 0 to rank 9. The fastest was 5 months, and slowest was 31 months, and everything in between. I think the average is around 19 months. Are you willing to put in a year and a half to have a 5-star trip away every year for the rest of your life with your family? Very few South Africans are. Don't shake your. Everyone's like, yes, book my tickets. And then tomorrow they're like, what? I have to do 19 months on average? Folks, has your work said to you, listen, put 18 months in and I'll put you on a plane with your family, 5-star, for a week for the rest of your life? Has any of you worked? Why are you going back? Why are you saying that is a priority over DuePoint? It's an interesting dilemma. You should debate it for yourself. People say, no, it's job security. Really? Job security in South Africa? You must have missed the last 5 years. There ain't no job security. Every morning you go, you roll the dice to see whether they're going to say, listen, come in. Business is closing down. We were talking today to a major production house that we've been working with for the last 30 years. I think in my family have been using them. They produce all the big shows for SABC, DSTV. They do adverts on TVs. They do a lot of production work for us here at DuePoint. And they were telling us how there has been zero business in 2019. No one can afford production in 2019. There is no such thing as job security. If you feel like you're keeping your job because it's secure, then you're crazy. Keep your job while you've got it, but start digging the well before you need the drink. Get in there and start right now. If you're able to do that, if you can put in 19 months to 31 months, maybe less if you're faster, then we can take you away. And I don't have to show you fake internet footage. I can show you real footage. We've been before many years. We're going again into the future for many years. This year's trip is already being planned. And when you come with us, your Decembers look a bit like this. Where are we going this year? Where are we going this year? We try to go to a different spot every year, so it's always rather exciting. And we are going in December again this year. We've got dates set, and we are planning who's coming with us. Who is going to take the Braves? Donnie, you're showing off now. Johnny's been with us a few times. He gets to go automatically every year. That's the wonder of permanent wealth. Permanent wealth, not fleeting stuff that blows in from the other countries and then leaves once they've got your money. Real, permanent, long-standing wealth. That's what we do. You want to get to rank 9, you're going to have to work. You are. You're going to have to connect South Africans. Many will let you down, but some will build your wealth and change your life forever. You have one task. Just connect them. You don't have to convince them. You don't have to win them over. You just have to connect them. At rank 11, we'll give you another useful tool. It's your own car. It's not branded or financed or rented through us. And it's not given to you and then taken away. It's your car. It is a car we hope you will continue to build your freedom with here at DuePoint. You will find that we deliver on every one of our promises. Go to our YouTube channel and you'll see all of these promises being delivered and having been delivered already. That's 11 of the 28 ranks we have in our training program. So effectively, it's the first third. What lies in the second 2/3? Well, we've got a couple of people that are beyond rank 11. Go find them, ask them. I think you'll be surprised. Folks, to create this wealth, we distribute our products. That's what we were talking about in the beginning. We've got 4 products. Our first one is our Access Wealth Plan. It costs 324 Rand a month. For that, you get 2 independent products. The first is your own tax-free investment account, and the second is 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover. We take 100 Rand of your 324 every month, and we put it into your investment account. That's your money, and you can pull it or draw it out at any time. You are now building an asset for yourself with this product before you've even connected your first person to us. Our second product is our Wealth Guard product. It costs 249 Rand a month, and for that you get R1,000,000 worth of personal accident cover. No waiting periods, no maximum age limits, and no medical examinations. That was the one I was looking for. Medical examinations or declarations. Every South African of every circumstance, of every age, can be a wealth engineer at DuePoint with us. And then our third product is our Family Wealth Funeral Cover. You get 2 options on this particular plan. Well, not 2 options, you get 2 benefits. One is, of course, funeral cover. You get either 20 or 30,000 Rands worth of funeral cover, and you can add 5 to 10 family members on that plan. You also get 10,000 Rands worth of outstanding debt cover as the principal member, which means that when you die as the principal member of the policyholder, we will settle 10,000 Rand of your debt so that your children don't have to. And our fourth product is our Wealth Points Buyers Club. It's 299 Rand a month, and for that, you get to be a member of our club and get access to all of our suppliers. We have suppliers across the economy that give us prices and vouchers and discounts and packages and VIP services and all that you couldn't get as an individual. And as a member, you have access to every one of them every month of the year. So folks, again, this is an active product. You've got to get engaged with it. You've got to use it in order to create a decrease in your expenditure every month. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have full review videos on every single one of these products. Go and watch them. In fact, there's more than one video you can watch on each one where you'll get to understand the benefits and how to use them and how to extract the maximum value out of products like our Wealth Points Buyers Club. We've just recently added another supplier, Cell C, on here, so you can now get discounted airtime and data through the Wealth Points program. And I know one of the guys, Peter, it's in here. You got a quote from Ford over here for Eagle Ford on a car, 91,000 Rand discount because he was a member of the Wealth Points Buyers Club. 91,000 Rand discount. Folks, this is the most awesome array of products in the market today at the most competitive prices. And these products are the best in their category. I know. I'm constantly doing the research. Happy to debate with anyone afterwards about it. But you get real value before you have even connected your first person and started creating wealth with us here at DuePoint. Folks, if that wasn't enough, in 2019 we've launched a very special reward for those that want to change their circumstances now. We call it our 365 challenge, and we're saying we want to find South Africans who are sick and tired of their circumstances and want to change it in 12 months, not 60 months. In this challenge, we ask you to do one thing: connect 365 people to us in 365 days. If you're able to connect those people in that amount of time, so that's an average of 1 a day, but you can do them in groups, we don't care, as long as it's 365 by the end, then if you succeed in that challenge, we will give you a reward check of 365,000 Rand. But what do we also know? You will have introduced 365 people to your channel. They're not going to stand around and do nothing. We know the mathematics very well. The mathematics tell us very conservatively that you will have built a channel that will be worth about 45,000 Rand a month to you. That's 500,000 Rand a year. In addition, your channel will have exceeded rank 9, which means that this year you will come away with us on our holiday at the end of the year. In addition, it will have exceeded rank 11, which means that this year you will get, maybe for the first time in your life, a brand new car. So, if you can connect 365 people to us in 365 days, you will be rewarded with the equivalent value of 1.25 million Rand. Anyone here going to get that from their job this year? No. But in a couple of days, a week's time, you could potentially go, Brendan, this is too hard. And I'll go, why? Is connecting people hard? You have to make some very serious economic decisions in 2019. In the next 24 months, the average South African is going to feel the financial crisis that we are in. You're going to start feeling it. But in the next 24 months, you could also change everything. There are a few T's and C's around this. It is on our phone app and it's on our website. Go and read them. Very simple. This entire business is simple. Even the T's and C's are simple. Go and read them and understand it. But you need to start connecting South Africans. If you think it's impossible to connect 365 people, I can tell you there's 2 people already that are ahead of the curve. One couple started on the 1st of January. They're already on over 50 people. So the moment you tell me it's impossible, I will show you people doing it. People will achieve 365 because we will find them out there. Those that go, I am changing my circumstances this year. And it's there for you. Folks, we help you along the way with what we call wealth quests. They're monthly wealth quests. They're there to help you tick the months off. Incidentally, before I forget, your 365 starts the day you join us. So you haven't lost time. You've got 365 days from the day you join us. Wealth Quest this month is our triple lightning qualifier. You've got to find 3 people who find 3 people and get them all paid by the end of the month. Doesn't sound too difficult, does it? No. Well then, get out there and get cracking. 3 people who find 3 people. You don't want to stop after finding 3 people because you want to get 30 people in this month. But find 3 people who find 3 people out of that 30 odd that you're going to find. And we will reward you with either a 5,000 Rand check for the middle of next month or your very own brand new Apple iPhone. Here's a tip. The iPhone is worth more than the 5,000 Rand. Okay, I heard a lady say the other day, no, I need the 5,000 Rand. I'm going to go buy a 2,000 Rand phone. I was like, the 2,000 Rand phone is not going to help you build your money like an Apple iPhone will here at DuePoint. Get the phone and use it as a tool to build your wealth with us here. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our first regional encounter for 2019 happening on the 9th of March. That's less than a month away now. We're going to be down in KZN Durban. KZN Durban, I hope you guys are ramping up for it. The event is now on our events schedule. Please go and book your tickets. It's limited seating as usual. And it's really first come, first serve. So get your tickets in, get them booked. They are free. You know, you don't have to pay for anything at DuePoint, the wonder of this business, but you've got to book your allocation before we run out of seats. So please, wealth engineers both locally and around the country, get your tickets in. I want to see people from all 9 provinces in KZN building legs in your channel and wealth in KZN. That's the date. Time is on our event schedule. Go and get your details, but make sure you book in and start now. Make your plans. Get your air tickets or your travel and your accommodation sorted out. If you're Wealth Points Buyers members, you can get a hold of our travel agency and they'll get you good prices, good tickets. You know what I'm saying? All right, get out there and do it. Get serious. Folks, if you want to become a wealth engineer this evening, super simple. Go to our website, DuePoint.net. You can read everything there, watch all the videos. Everything's in video format for you if you battle to read. You can go to Constantia's website, etc., etc. Go and do what you need to do. Then click apply or join. Less than 3 minutes, you're a wealth engineer. No money having parted from your hands this evening. And you can start creating wealth immediately this evening with us. If you want to do some research, we encourage it and welcome it. We're listed on the JSE. Go to the JSE's website and look us up under Conduit Capital. Go to Constantia's website, see our financials, our BEE status, how much our directors earn, where they live, and what underwear they wear. It is all out there. We are a public company. Go and do your research. Go to the FSCA's website and look up all of our licenses, long-term, short-term, and financial services provider licenses. We are, of course, an authorized financial services provider, and we have many licenses in that regard as well. Do the research. Then put aside all the reasons, all the excuses, and all the fully justifiable constraints in your life. Put them aside. Pick up the tool and get cracking with us. Ladies and gentlemen, load shedding is now in full blast here in Johannesburg and possibly around the country, and it doesn't look like it's going to go away. If you saw a picture of Madupi this morning in the newspaper, like 3 meters deep in ash. Folks, this is affecting all sorts of services, including ours. Why? Because the fiber high sites and nodes are going down. Their batteries are not holding up properly at the moment. I understand from all the fiber companies that they're rushing around installing generators and bigger UPSs and all of that, but it does mean that on occasion you're going to lose access to our app and to our website. Generally they're up within 60 minutes, so just try again a little bit later. Don't panic. We are still here. It's just thanks to the load shedding that we're going to have a few disruptions. We'll continue to put plans and things in place to make sure that we get smoother and smoother during this probably 6 or 7 months of load shedding. But in the meantime, just be patient. If you can't get into the app, just stick around. And then also, Thursday this week, it's Valentine's Day. We are going to be running something very special on our Facebook page. So for those of you who are not on our Facebook page, get on our Facebook page. Like us, follow us, love us. Don't like us. You can like the shoe pages. Love the wealth creation page. And get in there and keep an eye on first thing on Thursday morning. We're going to be launching an awesome thing. Could be worth your while. So keep your eyes out for Facebook on Thursday, especially this week. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that you can see that we are not like something else you might have thought we were or might have been involved in before. I can guarantee there is nothing in South Africa, arguably in Africa today, like what we are doing at DuePoint. This is where lives are being changed permanently. And the decision is now in your hands. What you're going to do with that information. The tool is yours this evening at no cost. Pick it up and start using it. If you've got questions and concerns, come and ask them. Don't walk out. I love it when I get a guy walk straight out. He doesn't want to face me with the questions. You see, he just want to leave quickly. Come and ask us. Come and talk, because there are no other solutions. We've often seen it at DuePoint. People leave and then they come back because there are no other options left. We are now saving ourselves. That's what we're doing. And we're doing it here at DuePoint. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for your time this evening. We're going to be live again tomorrow at 12:15. So for those of you around the country, tune back in at 12:15. And then again on Thursday night at 6:30. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you guys outside. Good night.